It's Letta. That's Tekla. I got pretty boy Leif behind me. We're going to take a little break here and rest up. We're pretty warm. But I wanted to show you how lots of people ask how I moved through the mountains up here. And because the underbrush is pretty heavy. And I'll give you an idea here today. This is a good spot for me to film while these guys are resting. So years and years back there was a logging and mining operation up on this hill. Actually all of BC is like that. But for here, mining and logging, and what they did is they have what's called skid trails years and years ago. And these skid trails are all running all through here, and if you map them out, you got quite a little network. Now this is where all the moose are hanging out. It's wet down in here. There's water here. We got moose tracks everywhere. Now I'll just show you what the trail looks like. I gotta move a little bit and then I'll turn around. You guys just hang on. I got it on the tripod. It should be okay. A little bit of rough ground, but it shouldn't be too bad. Now, see, this is a prime example, right? That's, I can travel that skid trail for long, long ways. And it's overgrown, of course, but it's pretty good going. Because the moose and the deer and everything, you can see where they keep the trail open. I'll just come up a little bit more. You can see how all the game has kept the trail open. And so the dogs, they just follow that trail. And we cruise all the way down these trails. They're kind of cool. So I can move around in here, go from ridge to ridge, and then we can just climb back up the ridge, turn and come back, go on another one. But look at the heavy ferns and everything that grow in this moist areas. The springs are up behind us, and they run all down through here. You can see all the cedar down in there. So if we go further down there, it gets quite damp. My boots were actually getting wet back here. But we'll go back. You see the cedar right here? We'll go back by the leaf here. Good boy, Leif. Good boy. So these guys are enjoying the stop right here. It's a good place to cool down a little bit. We had a good drink, and they can drink in little puddles right here, but we were up at the creek. So Letta is a daughter of Leif. So Letta is bred now to Karoo. Now I just did a video on these three on the other side of the mountain, and then we hiked up to the water and came back to here, and they wanted to take a break here, so I thought, well, that's okay. We'll stop here. It's a good place to take a break. So every berry tree is just full. So I'll be picking berries like crazy this year. I'm gonna freeze them too. I'll eat everything I can eat up here, but I'll freeze berries this year. I'll take them home. It's going to be a real haul. And Derry, did you hear that? The little ptarmigan, he's hammering on a log here. I haven't seen him right in here, but I can hear him. He's up in this zone here, and he's been hammering all the time. He pounds on that. If I hear him again, I'll shut up. And yeah, so the strawberries back there, oh wow, and the flowers, they're everywhere. They're just gorgeous. We've had a lot of rain, so it's lush up here. Look at the ferns. I mean, new trees everywhere. It's a really good year up here. Really nice hiking up here. It's still very warm out if you're in the sun, but we stay in these zones. And I like to hike the tall timber in the summer, right? So we stay down in like this kind of stuff. We don't hike up in the open too much. In the spring and late fall, then I can get up in the open zones. But for the heat of the summer, we come down in here and it's all heavy underbrush. So you really got to have good dogs because you can't see them in seconds. Like little openings here, but once I get in there, I won't see them till way down. I'll call them now and again so I know they're all around, but they don't leave anyway. And they check in. But once you're in those zones, it's good to have these guys because you can't see very far. So they're very good at letting me know what's around. So exceptional. They like this area too because there's a lot of scent in here. And the moose was just in the mud back there, so he just nicely cruised through here. So he was just here. They live in this, where all these poplar are, and this water and these willows and that. They cruise through here. They like it in here, and it's good for them. There's water all year, and it's a nice spot. A good place for us to hike too, because the dogs can get water on a regular basis. Now, the father of Tekla is the grandfather of Letta. Bram, an incredible dog. Now, Tekla's mother is Camp, Letta's mother is Kai, and Letta's grandmother's Tora. Now, I bred Tora to Bram, and I bred Camp to Bram. And that's how I ended up with the relationship here. So yeah, beautiful dogs. And pretty boy Leif, I bred him to Letta's mother Kai and kept that beautiful female. Now, we also use Leif on Tekla, which is Kai's sister, and Dale and Wendy have her with two beautiful females, and we bred Sage and Willow. Willow hasn't bred yet, but Sage is bred, just a couple days ahead of Letta. So Letta's got little babies here. So I like to hike with them when they're in the belly of the mother. And the dog gets my vibration, hears my tone, responds. It's very good. Good for the pups to start bonding with me right now. So I usually try and get the mother up for nice hikes in the early stages and all through actually. As she goes along, we'll hike lighter and lighter duty, but I like to keep her agile all the way through. So yeah, beautiful dogs, these Elkhounds. And this is the height of the world in Elkhound excellence right here. That's a fact. Yeah, these are very good dogs. These are handler focus lines, so when you're in terrain like this, it's an absolute dream to have the handler focus lines, because you can just go along and have a good time, have a good day, stop, have your snack, and take your water, and it's wonderful. Yeah, you don't have to wonder where they're going. You need a D10 cat to pull these guys away. They think I'm it. Yeah, I sat with that dog when she was born. I sat with this dog when she was born. I sat with this dog's mother when she was born. This dog's grandma when she was born. Yeah, pretty cool. This is a 5th generation pup coming out. And I got 5 generations in the yard too. So very, very nice. Tekla will be coming into heat not too awful long. And depending on how things go, I may breed her to Swix or to Karoo. If I can get to the vet and all things work out, I'll AI her. But if I got to keep Swix in the tank for another year, that's okay too. We're still kind of in a lockdown state, isolation state, I guess you call it. So, I've been in lockdown for years, right? Isolation. No, nothing new for me, but this is my life, right? Wandering around the bush. Yeah, so pretty good. But 2 better Elkhounds than these 2 females you couldn't find, and you'd be hard pressed to find a male better than Pretty Boy Leif. I got a few, but I'm about the only guy. He's a pretty good boy. So yeah, that gives you an idea of what the inside timber trails look like. They're pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Now we're high here. We get a lot of snow in here. I've tried coming through here in the dead of winter with Ark and Ella and some of the other big Janthans, and we couldn't make her. Just over this ridge is the Phoenix Ski Hill, a ways over. But they get, the other year they had 14 feet there, and I was cruising through some serious snow here. So we get, once we get up a little bit higher, it really dumps, but 8-9 feet in here. It gets a lot of snow. So this is pretty lush right in this little area. I like hiking in here, especially in the heat of the summer. Very nice. And it's good for these guys to cool. The ground is way cooler here. The air temperature is way cooler. So it's just a dream right here. You get up on high deserts, wow, it's hot. But down in here it's good. Alright girls, let's get out. That was a good video. Good video.